And the plan is, once I'm there, to make my way north to upstate New York, the Adirondacks, lakes, Catskills, Lake George, Hudson Valley first, Hudson Highlands, and explore an area where I haven't really explored before. Good adventure. We're over 2,300 miles so far, something like that. It was a nice short trip, but I got to see a bunch of places that I haven't seen before, especially on the bike, so that's very cool. September 12th, and I'm leaving Boca Raton, Florida. Just left my house. I'm on my way to the turnpike now, and I'm gonna head north about 3.5 hours to Sanford, Florida, to catch the auto train to Lorton, Virginia overnight. I'll skip ahead about 800 miles of heat and boring riding, and the plan is, once I'm there, to make my way north to upstate New York, the Adirondacks, lakes, Catskills, Lake George, Hudson Valley first, Hudson Highlands, and explore an area where I haven't really explored before. A lot of apprehension about going, but I think every trip is like that. Before you're on the road, there's always the discomfort about leaving home and your habits and rituals and just the comfort of home. So I'm hoping once the miles add up and the distance between me and home increases, that I'll start to feel a bit lighter. But the adventure begins and continues right now. I'm on the Florida Turnpike. I'll try not to quote the temperature every time I put the video on, but it's 91 degrees, but at least I'm moving and the air is flowing. Glad to be on the bike, but definitely looking forward to some newness, some new scenery, new experiences. And that's what's going to pull me forward the next couple days of riding. Lake Jessup, Central Florida, near Orlando, near Sanford. 94 degrees, the high was 95. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about the temperature, but woof. Almost at Amtrak. So I got here at 1:20 and the other train came in hours late. So there's the motorcycle in the sun in a row of cars. They probably not going to check in for another hour and a half at least. So I found a bit of shade. Toddler making a lot of noise. Don't know what kind of night it's going to be. James River, they're making an announcement. I think every trip, the last trip too, I've got a video here. Train's gonna be a few hours late, but doing some riding and excited to get on the motorcycle, hopefully in the next few hours. At the auto train in Norton, Virginia, pulling into the station. Well, I'm off the train, just waiting for them to start unloading the vehicles in Norton, Virginia. And guess I'll do the cars first, so hopefully I'll get the bike within the hour and can get out of here. The weather's nice, it's like 75 degrees, which is awesome. Well, leaving Lorton Station. Here we go. Bye-bye Amtrak. Happy to be on the road. This is cool. Excellent. I'm not in Florida anymore. There's hills, there's mountains. Gettysburg Park. See what's going on. Gettysburg National Military Park Visitor Center. Let me go up the road and see what's there. Whole area is Gettysburg, but that's like the museum and battlefield. Wow, look at the battlefield. Oh wow. Cemetery, Civil War. Jeez. What an interesting place. You'd think we would have learned from the Civil War, but anyway, it's a cool area. A little less than 4 hours to get where I wanted to go, and that's late, so maybe I'll go halfway. 2 hours, that'll be enough. What do we make of all the Civil War? Man, just wish history would be a more immediate reminder of what to strive for in the present. Well, it's a beautiful town, and for anyone interested in learning about the Civil War, this is probably a great place to spend some time. Except I'm going to keep riding. Tens of thousands of people perished here. All that's left is the graves to mark the event. Evergreen Cemetery. Well, I just left Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, where I stayed for the night. I'm heading in the direction of Port Jervis, New York. I'm gonna be on the interstate for a while, and then probably not for the next week or more. I'm gonna head over to, I think it's 97 in New York, a scenic ride, Hawk's Nest. Well, it took a couple days of riding in the auto train, but I'm finally in a place and on a road that resembles some awesome riding. The beautiful roads, the great temperature, and seeing a lot of new stuff. Look at this. Oh, after buzzing on the interstate, the smell of fresh cut grass, but the pine needles and the trees just smells like green in nature. Someone was burning a fire in the fireplace. It's just great being on the road, experiencing everything. It's very peaceful living out here, that's for sure. Although I suspect the winters are a bit cold. Well, I think I'm just crossing the Pennsylvania New York border. Scenic Route 97, one of the most scenic roads in New York. Completed in 1939. Upper Delaware Scenic Byway. Oh, I'm around over here. And I'm going to go to Port Jervis and then make my way all around that way. Simply beautiful. Wow, look at the Delaware River. Sun's out, it's 73 degrees, and it's just a beautiful day. No pressure to go fast or slow, just kind of meander around. Oh, kayakers out in the river. It's a beautiful part of the country. I've never been here before. It's amazing how much there is to see. I lived in New York City, in Brooklyn, for a good part of my life, and never really came to Upstate that much. It's funny how when you travel, it expands your horizons so much, and no matter where you live, typically your radius of where you explore can be quite small. Wow, the water's moving. There's some rafting outfitters around here. They probably drop in around here and pick up downriver. Looks like fun. I just passed town of Deer Park, I think it said, settled 1690. Just a few years ago. Is this the famous view? I don't know. I would suspect it's coming up. Maybe this is it. Uh-huh. Ah, all right, one of them anyway. Well, I guess this is the famous view, Hawk's Nest. Kind of like the Deals Gap view of New York. It is beautiful, that's for sure. I'm sure probably on the weekends it's packed here with bikers, motorcyclists this time of year. It's interesting how you build stuff up in your mind. You know, I've seen pictures and videos of this area, and it is beautiful. I'm not suggesting otherwise. And I'm happy I'm here. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, look at this stretch. Ooh. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Didn't see this coming. Awesome. Oh, what a beautiful view. Just gets better and better. That area definitely must be packed on the weekends with motorcyclists. Welcome to Port Jervis, New York. Florida? That's a different Florida. What's this? Something smells good here. Like they're roasting something. The Hudson River in a little bit. Ice cream everywhere. There's so many creameries in this area and orchards. Harriman State Park, I think this is called. Could just be a road anywhere. North Carolina. I'm still waiting. Hawk's Nest was definitely unique to this area. I think as I get further north and Hudson and also just in a little bit by the Hudson River, I'll start to see some stuff that's unique to the area. It's always an interesting exercise for me because when I travel, I look for those attributes, those things that make a place its own. that distinguish itself from other places. I mean, that's probably the reasons why you go one place versus another, so discover the personality. It's a beautiful state park. What a gorgeous road. Look at that. Wow. There's a nuclear power plant. I think I just saw that in an old Anthony Bourdain episode. He's eating crabs by the nuclear power plant. Top of Bear Mountain overlooking the Hudson. Well, I'm at the top of Bear Mountain, and this is called the Perkins Memorial Highway. And right there, where is it? The Hudson River. Spectacular area. What a cool area. Hudson River. What an amazing place. Just so spectacular. Now this is cool. Bear Mountain Bridge. Crossing the Hudson. Very awesome. my way to Bethel, which is the site of the Woodstock concert in 1969 when I was a year and a half old. Well, I just passed a sign that says the Woodstock Way. Bethel Woods Center for the Arts. Let's see. This is where I'm supposed to be. Well, I'm at the site of the original Woodstock Festival. And I'm going to check it out, see if I could get in and look around. It's a museum here. 53 years later, here I am. I was a year and a half last time I was here. Something like that. No recollection though. Well, I believe down below is the original field of the concert. 500,000 people. Wow. I've been to the other side too. Here's the Woodstock Museum, the site of the original festival. Let's go see if we can find the monument, which should be just down the road. I think it's coming up at the stop sign. That's the site of the original festival. And I think there's a monument here somewhere. And that's the monument right there. Monument Visitors Park. Or you can see the big peace sign in the field. Let's take a ride and see what's going on down there. So this is the field for the concert. How interesting. Well, 53 years ago today, I spent a brief time on this field. I know my mom and dad decided to leave early because it was raining. Must have been the lake where everybody was bathing naked from all the pictures. Could be, you never know. Bethel, New York. Woodstock, New York is not where the festival was. There's the stage, probably somewhere like right around here. It was at this end of the stage. Wow. The lake on the right here is probably where everybody was swimming and bathing. Small town, New York. Man, this is a cool place. Guns and ammo. Bolton, Meonta, Margaritaville. Margaretville. Jimmy Buffett. Okay, Margaretville for a banana break. Quaint little main street, about 3 blocks long. Interesting town. Back on track. Heading in the direction of Rhinebeck. Catskill Mountains area. I don't know what they quite call it. Catskill Park. There is a sign that says that. Catskill Mountain Scenic Byway. Crossing the Hudson River on the way to Rhinebeck. Check out the town and possibly find a place to stay for the evening. Wow, it really is lush and green, and the water is beautiful, the Hudson River here. Dutchess County. I am officially in the village of Rhinebeck. Let's see, there's a main street or, restaurants. Restaurant, bistro, bar. Very interesting. Looks like some cool places to eat. Just wondering if there's anywhere to stay. What a cool little downtown. Rhinebeck, New York. I'll find something to eat now. It's a big dinner. I think this place is owned by Paul Rudd and the guy from Walking Dead, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Rhinebeck, Market Street. Gonna go grab some breakfast. The hotel had no coffee. Well, it's a motel, had no coffee in the room. Only decaf. And what's the point of that? Well, that was a really good breakfast at Pete's. Rhinebeck was a great little stop. Nice town. A lot of famous people here. I mean, that candy shop there is owned by Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Paul Rudd and his wife. And inside this place, there were pictures of them, as well as, what's his name from Hugh Jackman, and I forget the other guy's name from the X-Men. Anyway, seems like a popular spot for folks to come up from New York. A lot of celebrities are making it their home, it seems like. Cool town. All right, well, beautiful weather, time to ride. Nice relaxing ride. Making my way in the direction of the Catskills, the town, and then from there I'll head north to Saratoga and Lake George. Maybe some riding around the lake a little bit today. Find a place to stay, hopefully for a couple nights. Do some loops tomorrow. I think what's really cool about these towns in certain areas is no chains. It has its own personality, which is quite cool. Some aspects of authenticity and history. Luzerne Beach. Doesn't remind me of Switzerland. Lake George, let's see. Pretty cool. Now the question is where to stay. Well, I'm Lake George, not too far from Lake Village. I'll find myself some lunch. Well, I made it to Lake George. Been talking about doing this for a really long time. So I'm here. I took a half-mile walk on the lake, which is beautiful. Now I'm having beer and have some lunch. Almost forgot what I ordered. Lobster roll. It's gonna be good. Super. Lobster roll. Let's see what this deal is. Beer number 2. A couple beers and a lobster roll. That was a good lunch. It's almost dinner time though. Well, I'm finally going to pull out of here. It's been a late start. It's noon, but got up late, was up late, and it's nice to take my time. Bolton Landings, 10 miles. I guess that's the direction I'm going to go in. I just passed a few dozen inns, hotels, motels, lakefront hotels. There's just so many places to stay. Riding right by the lake, but you can't see anything. I don't know if it's just this area or the whole ride. So there's little roads, little offshoots that go down to the lake every now and then, but those are basically for the motels and hotels. Lakes are built for boating. Some lakes have views for riding around on motorcycles, but this does not seem to be one of them so far. But it's still a really beautiful day. Bolton Landing. Because there's a lot of nice restaurants and it's not as touristy as Lake Village. A little bit more concentrated. There goes. That's why it's more crowded in this area. But it looks quite beautiful. If I ever find my way back here, I'd stay a couple nights here for sure. Well, The Hague, supposedly. And this is a scenic view. Historic view of Lake George. Sure is a scenic view.
It's like that a hog too.
I'm going to go inland and then up and around and back down. A very serene area. There's a lot of cyclists going around the lake. Wow, is this amazing. Someone out there kayaking, fishing in their kayak. A little south, and then this will turn north. And I'll make my way back to Lake George in a bit. Snowmobiles in the winter. Yikes. It's fun, I'm sure. But this Florida guy, maybe for a week, not for a whole season. Leaves are starting to change color. So calm and peaceful here. Scenic Highway, Lakes to Lake Placid. I think not too far. In the opposite direction is Lake Champlain. That's for another day. That is a view. Heading south along Lake George in the direction of the hotel. Fort Condoroga, somewhere around here, kinda. heading back to the inn, catching some glimpses of Lake George while I can. It was nice being out on the bike today. There were some really interesting roads as I went west. Ooh. Now that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I thought the whole day was going to be riding along the lake like this. I don't know why I had that idea, but anyway, I'm glad to catch a glimpse every now and then. My mouth is very dry. I think I'm thinking about that beer too much. Bolton from the other direction. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I've been hungry. Sunrise over Lake George. We'll take a walk to grab some coffee, some breakfast, and then get on the road. Head through the Adirondacks to Lake Placid for at least one night, maybe two.
Early morning beer, washed with it, you know. It's a different world.
Yeah.
A good one though.
Well, I'm off. Leaving Lake George now towards Lake Placid. It's supposed to rain the next couple days by Lake Placid starting in the afternoon. So hopefully I won't get too wet, but it's the direction I'm going in. So this is a beautiful place to stay. I'd come back here for sure. Convenient walking distance from tons of stuff. Price was right. It worked out well. Positive experience. Oh, look at that weather up ahead. Oh, it's going to be 2 days like that. No, I didn't really know what to expect. And I did look at Rever here for the Butler ratings and all of that. But it just seems like there's just mainly straight riding. I mean, of course the surroundings are pretty. The weather has been the big draw, although that's about to change. It's time to just put the rain gear on so I don't have to keep thinking about it. Hudson River Range. Fall leaves. How beautiful. So I'm in Lake Placid, and what I'm looking at right now is Mirror Lake.
Beautiful area that looks like the rain just let up. I'm happy to be in a room. Well, no pun intended, but it's clearing up, and there's no doubt why they call this Mirror Lake. Day off the bike. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little drier out. I'm gonna go grab some breakfast. I guess I have to decide if I'm gonna ride up to Whiteface Mountain. The weather doesn't look like I want to go out of my way to ride to the summit, since it's probably gonna rain within a couple hours, so I might just start heading south. Rainy day and a lot of luggage to pack up on the bike, but I want to get going. Heading south towards home.
I am in Front Royal, Virginia, close to the entrance of Skyline Drive in Shenandoah National Park. I just stopped for breakfast at the middle of the something daily grind sandwich, blah blah blah, and now I'm gonna head over to Skyline Drive and spend the day in the mountains. Tomorrow I have a train back to Florida, so I should get back in the afternoon on Friday and ride home. And yesterday I started in Lake Placid, New York. It was 53 degrees and raining. It was raining for the last 3 days, so I basically rode almost 500 miles, 478 miles to find some warmer weather, and I kind of had a good positive introduction to the Adirondacks. It was a good time. I'm happy for the trip, and I wanted to ride in the mountains a little bit and actually be at some elevation. So I didn't get to go to Whiteface Mountain because of the rain and the thunder, so maybe another time. Now let's head to Shenandoah National Park. Skyline Drive. I think I have another month on my yearly pass for the national parks, so it shouldn't cost me anything today. North entrance, Shenandoah National Park. Woohoo! And we're in. No fee. Yearly pass. It's a good thing to donate to the national parks and go to a few national parks or a couple times and you save a ton of money. Definitely save a lot of money if you go to a few parks. Just for $80 a whole year to go to every national park as many times as you want. Climbing an elevation on Skyline Drive. No route, only one direction. I'll probably ride to Waynesboro, the whole length of Skyline Drive, and then maybe make a turn to explore some of the wine region in Virginia, and then be not too far for tomorrow for the train. So I have a whole day to just meander around in awesome weather. A couple degrees cooler. What a beautiful clear sky. Sun is out. So lush and green. Here we are, third week in September, but the leaves aren't changing. Signal Knob Overlook, elevation 2090. Picture, picture, picture. Picture, picture. Snap, snap, snap. Quite beautiful. Happy people. I just really love being in the mountains. I mean, twisty roads in the forest or in and out of towns. It's great. There's just something about climbing up and down, even if it's subtle here. I mean, it's not like the Alps. And it's not the elevations of the Rockies. But this is beautiful. Blue Ridge and the Appalachian Mountains. It's just so lush. And it goes on for, well, the Blue Ridge Parkway is 469 miles plus this, so it's a pretty long stretch. My ride yesterday was mainly interstate, but even though it was a long ride, 478 miles, I mean, a lot of traffic at points with the trucks. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I just was buzzing along, and sometimes you just have to go fast and far to be still. I felt very much still on the motorcycle, even though I was going about 80 miles an hour. It's an interesting thing. That's yoga on the motorcycle. It's funny how you got to go far and fast sometimes to be still. And what I mean by that is no thoughts in your head, no worries, no planning. Just sitting in the seat, still moving 80 miles an hour. They have lodges here and some dining. Wow, look at that. What a view. What an overlook. And that completes Skyline Drive. Shenandoah National Park. Bye-bye. And right over here coming up about a half a mile is the main entrance, the northernmost entrance to the Blue Ridge Parkway. There is the Blue Ridge Parkway. This is Afton Mountain. Supposed to be vineyards around here. Veritas Vineyards. We once had a tasting here. We're passing through. It's really pretty. It's too bad they don't have lodging, I don't believe. Wow, what a beautiful property. Man, I would love to just spend the night here. Have a nice lunch and a bottle of wine. Look at that view. What a view. It's definitely a place where I'd like to spend some time. Go to some different vineyards here. It's on the East Coast. It's close enough. It really is beautiful. Wow, what a beautiful campus. Something I never experienced. Or Jeanette. Oh man. Luckily, I have a route to the hotel that I booked, Fredericksburg, that seems to be a bit more scenic. A lot of farms and vineyards too in this area. I'm like heading northeast from Charlottesville in the direction of Fredericksburg. Some really big vineyards here. Early dinner, so now I got about an hour ride to the hotel. Cool little town. Happy to eat as opposed to trying to get to the hotel and then go out again. Oh man, I gotta make it to the train. It looks like a massive storm is coming. Let's see if I can get ahead of it somehow. Well, I'm heading to the train way early, partly because there's a big storm coming here and there. I'm not even putting on my rain gear. I just want to go because it's already hot out. So I'd rather wait at the station and maybe avoid the big storm that's supposed to be raining down here for the next several hours. So let's get going to the auto train. Well, I got to the Amtrak station several hours early because the weather is really bad. It looks like it's going to rain. So I pulled to the head of the line before going all the way in, and I spoke to the guy. He said I could pull to the ramp and wait till 12:30. So now I got to wait another half hour before they load the bike. Got to go back out there, and then 3 hours before they start boarding. I was just talking with Tony, a real nice guy. He strapped the bike down. Looks like my motorcycle has its own carrier, which is good. Back on the train. Zippity-doo-dah. Always good. Gotta unpack and change. Taking my motorcycle gear off, gonna get changed and comfortable. Settle in for the long haul. Alright. Pick up. Same time changed. Deja vu, I'm taking the train back. Back in the cabin, this time on the second floor. Good. Happy not to be doing an extra 800 to 1,000 miles of riding. Actually 1,000 miles. Rode over 2,300 miles so far. Something like that. It was a nice short trip, 11 days. But I got to see a bunch of places that I haven't seen before, especially on the bike, so that's very cool. There's basically 3 trains, 3 carriers. This track and then 2 tracks closer to me, all of the cars and 2 motorcycles. And what they do is they take this engine and they pull those out onto the tracks and they line it up with this one and connect it. So I guess they'll start doing that soon. And they're connecting. I just turned on the bed and the cart for me, and I'm just doing some journaling. And then I'd like to go to the bar cart to get a beer, but it's like 8 cars in the other direction, so don't know how motivated I am to do that. So I'll have to see about that. Anyway, we're good. So there. Morning. I think it's like 6:40. I'll grab some coffee. In about 20 minutes they announce when we're gonna arrive. Probably a couple more hours. Maybe 3 hours. And I'm leaving the auto train. It's 11:09. Took an hour to get the bike. Now I'm getting out of here. Woohoo! Be home in 2:18. 12, 1, 3 hours and 9 minutes. Alright, here we go. Oh. Home stretch. At this stage it's so hot, I just poured some water down my back. It doesn't even matter if I get wet or not.